So Elliot Page. So when I first saw Elliot Page, because I didn't know, I knew the dead name, right? And I was like, sick. Jimmy Page's son makes music now. Like I was like, it's just like because Robert Plant,
He's rocking the Telecaster or the Les Paul, like which
it's gotta be the Les Paul.
Era, dude.
It's gotta be the Les Paul.
Well, just I know we're getting immediately off track here, but
no, well, we're not.
Well, not a lot of people know that. Okay, the first entire LZ1 was on a Telecaster. The Stairway to Heaven solo was on a Telecaster. There's like the studio shit is like Telecaster, and it's the live iconic is the since like 19.
You know what though? If I went and paid money in the 70s to see Zeppelin live and he went out with a Telecaster, I'd be like, what? What the fuck's wrong with you, Page? Yeah, fuck off.
No,
this ain't the Yardbirds.
I heard the story. He stopped playing the telly because he went on like the first or second or some tour with Zeppelin and left his telly with one of his art friends back in like London or whatever. And when he came back, the guy was like, surprise, I painted it for you. And it just fucked up the whole sound and everything like that. And Page is just like, dude, Page was talking shit. He's still like in his 70s talking shit about it.
The guy took it with the big roller, fucking like all of his.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He said it just ruined the sound. Like it just totally like just
nice.
Yeah.
Well, Robert Plant's son actually has like a fire ass brewery in England, I guess.
Whoa!
Wonder where he got some money for that.
Some brown ale. Yeah.
On my own, built it from the ground up, got it out the mud.
Yeah. When I was in Telluride, they said when Robert Plant came through, he's just got like he toured. They're like, can we set you up with our? He's like, no, we got our own. Like not even just like equipment, but like pro audio stuff in the back end that they set up themselves. Like literally,
we bought our own venue. Actually, it's a huge fucking.
And he said it's like a 1.5 mil worth of equipment. They're just like we got this, we're good.
Those songwriting credits do songwriting credits do it, but nonetheless, Elliot Page. We don't ever speak the old name, the dead name. So the Juno star transitioned. It's now a him, I believe. And what I found was crazy about it was like the New York Post has been going off this year. Shout out New York Post. Dude, it's the only media I want to consume. And New York Post,
they just see their lane. They're like, this is ours. This is what we're. They're just like swoop.
No, because you know what? They're all just like, dude, fuck New York. Like, like that's why I like them. They're just like, I fucking hate. And then they'll be like, they'll do this article where it'll be, this like Elliot Page thing, and then it'll be like, the Mets are fucking retards for signing such and such. You're like, damn, nice. Like, they go into like sports shit like right after, like immediately after. But no, the New York Post thing was like, Ellen Page like then goes to Elliot Page. The first comment is, how dare you mention the dead name? And then somebody below goes, well, how the fuck would I know who Elliot Page was? Like without the context.
It's like we're like fucking an hour into this right now. Like give us a little leeway or something.
I haven't buried the name yet. Yeah, shit. Identified it at the morgue. And like what I found was that was the funniest part. And I immediately when I saw it, I'm like, this is gonna become like a full day of Twitter. Like just
oh yeah, dude.
Twitter. Like you could just tell there was gonna be friendships lost, cancellations possibly.
Well, even before this, like Elliot Page was like their thing, was always putting people into like awkward corners, like kind of, and it was kind of cool on one end, like exposing Bolsonaro for being a total bigot, basically, right? And stuff. But every one of my gay friends that I talked to, they were just like, that's just lame. Like this, like that doesn't help or anything. It's like, dude. But this is a totally different thing. I'm not.
Bolsonaro drops like slurs in the media. It's like,
I know it's like
uncovering anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what are you wearing a mask for? You fucking. But
didn't he call Glenn Greenwald a straight up like F word too? It's just like
no, they say that they go, men that wear masks are fucking, and it's like Brazilian like Rio de Janeiro Gazette, like
good heavens, yeah. See, that's fascist shit right there. When you just own, you know what I mean?
Like, but it's like you're not uncovering like fascist. You know what I mean? Like you're not. Yes, that's the Chad meme. Yes, like when he answers it like that.
FAGSCIST. I won't say it.
That does sound like some Brazilian steakhouse. So, but
the silent G in the book. That's funny,
but no, this is going off great for our trans positive podcast. But
We at least we haven't said anything.
No,
We just sidestepping.
No, but here's my thing. Stop
that's
pretending this is like the norm right now. It's not. And I'm not saying being trans. I'm talking about the actual conversation of trans. This is people don't know what this is yet. Not there's small online that do, but like people don't get that shit yet. I'm sorry, they just don't. And it's not. I mean, look, sometimes it is because they absolutely hate trans people. I'm not saying that doesn't exist, but sometimes people are just like, I don't know what's going on. Like I don't know. Yeah. Like I don't know I don't know.
That's what Glenn on Rogan. Glenn Greenwald. Did you watch that shit where he was?
I did. I saw the clips that they put out. I didn't watch the.
Yeah. He had like his theory was that, and I'm not saying I agree. I wasn't around. Like I don't know, but his theory was that, and maybe people can comment on this, but he thinks that because he was saying like the gay rights thing happened so quickly, like, and just completely flipped, like in a decade or two. It just happened so quickly, and his theory was that that's because they, like, a lot of people in the gay community made it like a major point to just, even if like the dumbest, like hick conservative asked the dumbest questions, like which one's the dude and type of, shit like that, they would be like, well, let me explain it to you, and kind of like open up, and he's saying like versus today where you're just like immediately canceled for asking a question or anything.
It's like that old
I thought it was interesting,
it's like that old meme I used to see. It was like one of those like stick figure kind of memes, like that they used to make with the comic strips, and you'll see like one I saw was like some socialist kind of blue haired woman, that was one of them, and the guy was like, what's socialism? It's like, Google is free, I won't do the work for you, doing all that. And then like the guy's like,
people ask because they want to have a conversation about it.
It is your job to educate. It literally is your job. It's not we don't live in socialism, therefore you have to tell people about it. But nonetheless, what happened was the bottom part of it was like the guy like in a literal like SS Nazi uniform, and he was just the guy was like, hey, what's all this about? And he goes, I'd be happy to show you. Here's my brochure. Here's my pamphlet. Like all that kind of. So it's there are people that it's like that'll ask a genuine question, and they're not being condescending. Sometimes people are. They totally are. Sometimes, but like first off, it's the fucking internet, and you probably don't even know this person you're arguing with. So
and the other thing is, even if someone is asking in bad faith, like some like Steven Crowder ass fool or something, right? You know what I mean?
He went off.
Oh yeah, I'm sure, dude. But I mean, like, even if
Yeah.
someone is asking in bad faith and you react to it, I know this is fucked up, and I'm not saying this is like legit or not, but if you react to it in a negative way, all that does is drill people further and further. Like that toenail gets more and more ingrown. Versus if you kind of like raise your consciousness and like explain it in a way, like, okay, Infowars. Here's what I'm like. Infowars sent out some of the, they have like their fleggling, like younger. Like
those bros
reporter, not Alex Jones, but like the other ones, like they sent out. So there's this vegan dude, right? Like Earthly Ned, right? Who's
I've heard of Earthly Ned,
yeah. He's like the chillest dude. He'll never argue with anyone. He'll never like get heated, and like if people like shit on him, we'll just be like whatever, So Infowars tried to do like this huge gotcha with Earthly Ned, and he was just sitting there for like 40 minutes, like, he's just explaining himself, and they were so pissed because they couldn't get any sound bites, they couldn't get any like dumb, and then they didn't release it, and then he put out the whole thing because his people were recording it too, and it just showed how fucking dumb they were, and so
and stop trying to have a gotcha moment, and that's the problem.
Exactly,
that was what my next point was, is one, you got to be able to explain yourself. If you can't, and it might be tiring. There's some people like I've seen say, look, I'm not here to explain why I deserve to exist. Like they'll say that, but it's like, this isn't your existence. This is literally just like dialect we're talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm not saying nobody, but I personally don't see a lot of posts where it's like guillotine. You know what I mean? Like I don't see that. So we're not debating your right to exist.
Genocide or something.
I mean, and I think there are some people that probably do think that, but it's not that's not the argument I see. The argument I see is like, wait a second, it starts like, but there's just put that on there so people see, like, here's why I'm right. And then, of course, not everyone's going to fucking agree, and I don't know. I thought it was weird. And then, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, do you think there's a certain level of like, sometimes people overreact because they fear they use that in place of use that in place of like a better argument or something.
Yes.
That's like there. Yeah. Do you think
Sure.
that's true? Not saying that it isn't valid.
Oh, people are scared to say they don't know. I always tell somebody when someone says this, I'll go, I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, that's a good skill.
I just it's like,
especially with kids, dude. Yeah, that's the best. Like the kids respect that when you're like an adult. And you say,
I'm actually not allowed near kids. But
yeah.
We didn't want to bring that up.
Yeah, kids 24 and under.
Gotta stay about a football field apart. Yeah, and
my ankle bracelets.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Can we go sideline to sideline? They said no, end zone to end zone. Yeah.
Dude, did you see? Have you seen the latest Q conspiracy on they said that Biden, the whole Biden twisting his ankle playing with the dog thing is really just a did you hear about this? Is this just
I'm glad.
They said that they said that, dude, it's great. They said that they have it so they can put a cast on Biden so they can hide his ankle bracelet because he's technically arrested.
Yes. I'm so in, dude.
You guys are so creative, dude. It's like, you're like, yours is better than like any fantasy author. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn.
If I was to write a book and someone said, all right, here's Russiagate or QAnon. Yeah. What are you writing the book on? It's Q, like just oh boy Q, let's go. And
one of my good friends is like convinced on the former, not the Q, the other one. I'm like, I don't know what, and I don't even fight them. I'm just like, for sure. I just kind of changed the subject, but I don't even know.
It's over. It's not okay. It's done then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
just a 4-year period for Putin. Yeah, it's done. Yeah. So yeah.
And what did we do different this time that made it so much better? Like, why can we don't hear about it anymore? Right? Like, is it a problem or not anymore? You know what I mean? It's interesting. Is the problem over? And like, what did we do?
Putin decided democracy was right. This time, I think.
Yeah.
And but yeah, with the Elliot Page thing, it's also funny too, where people are like talking about they lay the persecution of trans people, working class trans people, poor trans people, which a lot of them are. It is tough to get a job when you're trans. There's still employers that are like, nah. You know what I mean? Like there definitely are. I've worked for some of those people
for sure.
And
there is like a lot of people have a visceral reaction.
Yeah, no, because that's even different. Like than like flamboyantly gay. It's different. You know what I mean? Just to a what are we cis? Like when to that eye, dude, even to me still, I'm kind of. Yeah,
his gender, dude. Yeah.
And when you
sorry,
well, I mean, if you're gonna come up with episode names, fire them off at any time. But the
if From Actor was alive today, he'd be dropping those bars and like he'd be like looking on Twitter, being like, "Oh, I'm writing this in my notepad."
Non-drainary, the album. But with Elliot, fuck, I almost did it. With Elliot Page, there's a $14 million net worth person we're talking about here. This doesn't fuck their career over. This does not fuck their career over.
No, what do you think? Who's that dude? Who's that account that we both talked about him and how he's like, we kind of fuck with him. He's good.
Talking about gay stepdad?
No, he was way bigger than that. The big one, Peter, what's his face?
Oh, Peter Coffin. Yeah, Peter Coffin got.
Did you hear this? Yeah, he was like, this is like becoming a bougie thing.
He tried to put class analysis on things that apparently you're not allowed to. It doesn't exist in the trans community. They're like, so what? Which wasn't,
and I don't know. Maybe I read it in good faith, but I was like, it seemed like he was saying like this hurts actual like working class. People non-cis.
I just don't see it as I don't think it trickles down. That's why my whole thing with representation, I don't believe that it trickles down. It matters, sure. Like I get it if you have a daughter who, you know what I mean, if you're black and you have a daughter and you want to see somebody that looks like you doing something positive, I understand. I'm not, I still don't know that you need to force that in because there's plenty of talent. Will be like if you just make it a level playing field, I'm pretty sure the numbers will look the way you want them. Is all I'm saying. And rather than kind of just forcing the case, it kind of seems like that always seemed a little. You kind of sacrifice some content on there when you kind of spend the budget on representation. I've always thought like, and look that could sound whatever to anybody, but if you level the playing field, I do believe that there's so much talent among any community that it's the talent's gonna shine. Yeah. If you and so I understand that, but I don't believe that it trickles down to the working class. I just don't.
Yeah.
Like
especially with
having let's say like we have all these, women of color, like the squad and all that kind of stuff in the thing. Cool, right? Sweet. Maybe something for your daughter to look up to. Sure.
Yeah.
Is the water clean in Flint? No.
Nope.
Do we have a stimulus? No. Do we?
Well, that's the silver lining of all this shit. And I was just talking about this with some friends, is that the more you exploit that, the more clear it becomes that it's not changing. Like the actual, and it just more clearly defines and pigeonholes the actual structural societal problems that aren't going away regardless of representation, right?
Yeah.
And and I do think a lot of people, I agree, like it is good to have people you can look up to. Like representation isn't nothing. I think a lot of people on our team
that's my problem. I hate when
it's,
people do that. It matters to an extent. It shouldn't be forced, but it matters. Yeah.
A lot less than our society gives credence to, for sure.
Yes, exactly.
Credence.
Yeah.
On the Credence tapes.
Do you have any leads? Yeah.
The greatest scene in the movie, dude. Dude,
that's Can you really say that though?
How do you just, like, that actor, like, hey, we need you to do like 30 seconds. We need to do 30 seconds, like just this. We need to workshop this one scene.
It's great.
And then it's like, I wonder how much they got for that clip. It is.
I don't think it was much. I don't think that movie had a crazy budget. Yeah, I really don't think it did.
Did you see what I retweeted? Where's the $1,200, Biden? Where's the money? Shit.
Oh fuck! No, I didn't see that shit.
Oh,
They hide you from me on the internet.
Yo, that Jack. Where you at, dude?
It's insane. Like I'm like, you can't tell me I don't interact with you. So it's like, it's not like your algorithm gets thrown off.
And when I search your name, it's like it hides. You have to type in like the full thing. Yeah.
And they show you the Glens with two ends.
Where's the money, shithead? Yeah, it's so good, dude.
Yeah.
But I fully, like, with Jack, dude, I fully believe. Like with Zuckerberg, that dude's just a robot, like fully complicit, whatever. Yeah. With Jack, they would have like a gun in his mouth in the back room, like, all right, you're gonna say this, and all right, let's go. And he's just like poor. He seems like a cool dude, like he just, he's like, I don't know. I
can't get down with these suspensions, man. Like I just can't.
Oh yeah, dude.
They're suspending people, and it's not like there's no rules. It's not. It's like who you go after, not what you say.
Well, what's funny is. Yeah, exactly. And what's funny is Jack's like a huge decentralization buff, like into crypto and stuff. But like,
why can't we centered to me?
Why can't we have? Why can't we have decentralized everything, like a decentralized YouTube? I know they have versions of that they haven't taken off, but it's why. And Snowden's harping on this, like, why we have every chance to decentralize and decorporatize the internet, and we just don't, for some reason. It's like almost like a human psyche thing. Like we crave that kind of control, or being controlled. It's weird, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, but what you said about Peter Coffin, I saw other people have that like same kind of take, where it's like, look, don't just fucking throw class to the side.
Yeah,
he's non-binary, like Peter Coffin, like he's. I'm sorry, they're non-binary. Fuck. That's the problem. See, like I try, but like it. The whole problem with this is we're changing dialect. We're not changing the English language. We're changing dialect, and like some people are hardwired. Like I have to stop saying that's gay, man. Like I'm like I'm still there. You know what I mean? Like, and and look, like I'm not crying.
I have to stop saying hard R's. No, I'm just kidding.
You've been great. I've been keeping a tally, and it's we haven't crossed the 4 yet. Yeah, with the 5.
No, dude. And in your defense, man, like I live in Portland, man. I've had the wokest of people slip up with the whole misgendering thing. It's like it's just a human thing that we are learning.
I've had woke, like some of the super woke people come up to me and go like, "Come on, man, like, I mean, we'll do it, but like, I've had some people like that, like they're currently getting their hair dyed pink while they tell me that, and you're just like, man,
facade.
And that's what's crazy, dude. And there's no teaching moment. It's super militant, and like, I'm sorry, there is a certain point when you come at people militant, well, they'll just go, nah,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And what are you gonna do?
Dude, bro, especially if they're like a fucking Mexican strawberry picker, dude. You know what I mean?
There you go. Like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna this guy, no more strawberries for you. Exactly. We're not, you're not gonna do that. And if you do,
bro, it's like we should, in my opinion. That's the thing, is like, that's the irony. Are we inclusive in the sense that matters, and give the teaching moments in a in a contextual case, or are we just gonna keep playing this game, this Near Tandon game? You know, this fucking.
I love that. That's my favorite game. Is the Near Tandon game.
Yeah, dude.
It's your favorite game, apparently. What you were telling me. Hard pass. Sorry, man. I can't do it. Yeah, I can't do it.
I just like the psychos, man. I don't know. Maybe that's.
Yeah, that brother's starving. But that's. I did that to some guy. I did that to some guy. I like dropped that. It was funny. I gotta give a shout out to this dude, Seymour. He's like, man, there's just no bouncing back from that brother starving meme on like a simping reply. Like,
oh yeah, dude,
don't bounce back.
No, yeah, like, you can't tweet your way out of that hole.
Yeah, no, you're done. Like, and like my favorite one is the new one where it's Malcolm X holding up a newspaper where it's not even a GIF, it's a picture, but it just says, yeah, that brother's starving on that.
Dude, he would too.
But I dropped it on a guy like kind of simping for Nira.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm not. I am in a relationship. It's like, stop. Like,
come on, dude. Yeah. You're on your phone right now. Right?
It's like, okay, yeah.
Oh, that's funny, dude.
All right, I got you. Like, did she type that?
Chill, dude. Chill.
And, but yeah, that was funny. But
yeah, bro,
dude. So that thing, I'm sorry. Did you have anything more on the train? On the train? Yeah. But I thought we covered.
And
that,
I think everything we said is like what 95% of people agree with.
Stop pretending this isn't normal. Like that's my thing. Stop pretending that I have like a Klansman hood on. What I'm saying, just don't. Like because I have friends who are like, you know, fluid and stuff like that, and I'll just ask them. I'm like, dude, is it okay? I always ask them, is it okay if I ask you a question? Because some people might be like, I don't really feel like we're on the bus, dude. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to listen to this fucking podcast or something like. So I get it that maybe not all the time, like there's not a hotline to call. Like, hey, why is it the you know? And so I get that, but like I'll ask them, and they'll be like, yeah, sure. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather you know. Yeah. And I feel like that's a more normal conversation. It's like, would you say this like bigot shit to me in real life just for asking a question? I don't think they would.
Yeah. One of the funniest people, one of my favorite people, and they're leaning a little more rad libby, but like still super like leftist and shit. Is like a they them, and I have like once or twice have accidentally like misgendered them. I felt so fucking like in the moment I was like, oh, I was like so freaked out,
and you know they don't care that much, but you can tell just a little bit, and
they didn't give a fuck, but it was all good, you know, but like but yeah, it was just, I felt like so much like, oh, fuck, you know, and I think that's the thing is just being
I just think it's going to take some time to get people's dialect to change. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's a totally unique thing.
Yeah, since it's fucking wired in your brain.
It seems like you're literally taught this in school. Pronouns. Like, you are taught pronouns in school. Like, I'm sorry, like, especially people our age. Like, I understand maybe an 18-year-old,
romantic language, dude.
17-year-old kid might get it a little faster than me. You know what I mean? Because maybe they've, since about, 13 or 14, they've been kind of seeing that. And I have no problem with it. That's the thing. I have no problem with it. You got to, just notice the effort is all I'm saying. Like, if you can tell when somebody's making an effort and when somebody just doesn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And
totally.
And so that's all I mean with that. And like I said, I put some class analysis on the Elliot Page type thing where it's like, yes, Elliot Page is gonna be in movies now still. You know, is gonna, like, they're not gonna lose anything from this. So
facts.
I don't know. So that's crazy, but. Dude, I wanted to play that lockdown video from this morning. That guy got me fucking juiced. Do you remember that guy I sent you? The
what is that one?
I think he's in Michigan. Let me.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I fucking love this guy, dude. Yeah, and it's classic because this is on. It looks like local Michigan news.
Yeah.
But this guy
pulled up and played. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, but I won't miss too much of it.
Yeah. I got you. So what this guy did was it was like some reporter was out reporting on like maybe some lockdown restrictions. I don't exactly know the context of it, but
go ahead. Yeah.
No. It's definitely, the reporter is like getting credit for like how he handled this like heckler.
Focus on the cameramanship and just the production value.
Oh, the zoom is fire, dude. Yeah. You're right. That guy should have got the credit.
Fire it up. I'll be right back. Go ahead and play.
Yeah, sure. So this is the clip. This is from like a local Michigan news station, and this guy's just complaining about basically like surviving during the lockdown because he's a business owner. It's gone on too long, and everybody's listening to this show understands. So here it is.
The details on why the judge said no.
Here on this cafe.
Javarius, is everything okay?
Okay. My government leaders have abandoned me.
Are you the owner?
$4 trillion of They gave it to who? Special interest groups and campaign donors. I'm Dave Morse. I own the place.
So what's going on?
What's going on? You know what's going on.
Tell me. You tell me.
Hey, we got a government that has taken the stimulus money. They gave it to special campaign donors. They gave it to special interests. They abandoned me, and they have put me in a position where I have to fight back. Okay?
So do you feel that this is the right thing to do?
Absolutely. I feel everybody needs to stand up. Hey, listen, there was enough money to give every family in this country $20,000 to go home for 2 months. They chose to give it to special interests and campaign donors, the Kennedy Space Center, and they abandoned us.
Fuck that Space Center. I don't even know what it is.
I'd gladly walk away for 60 days and let this virus settle down. I'm not going to do it alone. Okay?
Are you going to continue to violate the state's orders and stay up?
State order. This isn't an order. This is a conspiracy. This is a tyranny.
What do you want to tell other restaurant owners who...
Wake up. Stand up. This is America. Be free. I got patriots coming out supporting me.
Fuck yeah, and they cut him off too. You know, he dropped another couple bars after that.
Bro, leftists hate that shit. Look at the recommended too on the side. It was like CDC shortens quarantine period, and then Governor Newsom. It's like
exactly.
Bro, dude, it's so funny,
but it's crazy. Yeah. Like, so again, there were these fucking rose tards in the fucking in the replies that were like, it's actually not the state government, it was the federal that dropped and stuff. God. First off, who gives a fuck right now? About surviving. So do we want to do model UN bullshit? Go ahead. Like, you know, just
bro. Yeah.
He's trying to fucking survive.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly.
He's trying to survive. Like, stop putting the liability on him. He's like, dude, you have to let me do something.
Yeah.
He's like, I was complying for a couple months, dude. I was, sure. I don't want my whole
also, bro,
I
hate the small business owner discourse, like that they're the bad guys, you know, and they, you know what I mean? Like they're
terrible.
Usually they're just fucking, they might be like a little bit more well off than their employers or whatever. You know, that's a structural thing, you know, and that's than their employees.
But you're not going to provide fucking aid for their damn workers that get fired. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly, dude.
We failed all around.
Yeah.
I wish we could be in a position right now to where we're like, yep, fuck that small business owner. You need to pay your employees more. It's like, no, we just need to make sure he's open to where our people can not die. You know what I mean? In their house.
What do you think? Do you think on like some 9/11 shit, like over the next 10 years, do you think people are going to look, or like slowly are going to look back at this and be like, oh man, we fucked up. Like these numbers aren't really matching. Do you know that guy Awaken with the JP, like the famous like comedian YouTuber guy? He does like all the spiritual shit. He's hella funny. He's like pretty deadpan and pretty like sarcastic and shit.
Sounds like me.
He's got like millions. He's one of those dudes, but he's got some funny slaps. But he's super anti-lockdown, bro. And he's like pulling up the graph, like it's wild that we're almost at the end of this year, and the death toll compared to 2 years ago is going to be lower during a global pandemic. He's like, it's so strange. Like I don't.
Yeah.
And it's like, what is that, dude? Like what is that? Yeah. It's crazy.
Well, then you see that with the. Oh, I'm sorry. You're going to say ask something about 9/11.
Do you think you're going to be crazy forever questioning this in 10 years? Or do you think there's going to be like books coming out and people are being like, what? You think it's going to be like people, you know what I mean?
I think it's going to end up being like a war where like there's still going to be a certain fucking sector of people. It's like, we had to go. You know, like there's certainly going to be they're not going to sound like that because they're going to be libs, but they're going to, there's still going to be
what we had to do.
Yeah. We had to Cheetos. They're going to be, just, you know, orange. It's still gonna. I think because Trump is
orange.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big orange textbook called COVID. Like that's what it's gonna be, your course that you learn about. But what I think they're gonna do is they're gonna attach everything to Trump. Trump does not come from the Bush family. He doesn't come from the fucking Clinton family. It's still gonna. I think it's still gonna be. He's still the fall guy for all this shit. You know what I mean? And like I said, he's not completely at like. He's not innocent.
Oh, he's
he's not innocent. Yeah. So I can't say, you know, that's wrong. But fuck, Fauci. There's not going to be no Fauci failures in there, or like no anything like that. There's not going to be any talk of that. I mean, we will have to talk about that. I just don't think it's going to be like widespread. Like,
I think this one's because this one happens so slowly, and there's so many people, and the effects,
social media,
and the effects like, and also, I know this sucks to say, but like social media and and also, I know this is fucked up, but this is going to affect American life way more than it did, like than the like Iraq War did, right? Where we're like we're buying Christmas gifts and like F-150 trucks like the year after 9/11, like fuck yeah, you know. And it's like, this time it's gonna be like, oh shit, I can't afford like
That's
food.
so true. I remember people went dumb on the economy, like right.
Oh yeah,
and then it crashed. Dude, remember super hard.
Dude, even the libs were going hard on the flags. Remember the flags, dude? Yeah, what was that? That was like some psyop shit, dude.
Dude, the World Series that year, just because I'm such a sports guy, the World Series that year.
Was that Diamondbacks and the Yankees?
One of the best World Series ever. It was so good. Yeah.
D-backs won it, right?
Luis Gonzalez, little fucking
damn
shot, broken bat off the broken bat king over Jeter's head, dude. Fucking
Jeter.
Dude. Incredible. It was an incredible series, 7-game series. I remember it went into November. It was the first ever November World Series. Because of 9/11 and stuff. And it was crazy.
Was that the one with JWB throw the pitch in that one too? In the one of the opening games?
No, he beautiful.
Damn. Yeah.
And like honestly, at the time I was like, I don't really like this guy. I'm young, but like I know he's not good. But fuck, dude, as a young pitcher back then, I was like, this guy plays, man. They should have just let him own the fucking baseball team, dude. That's what people don't realize. Like, he should have just been the owner of the fucking Rangers, dude. You know how much, like, maybe we could have been saved from things.
Oh yeah, dude,
I don't know. Who knows? But I'm
totally
just saying,
different
like,
timeline.
somebody else could have done it. But like, he's like. I remember the family they wanted Jeb to be president, but everyone's like, Jeb sucks, dude. They're like, he's not polling well. Nobody likes him. Like, But George W. could just go out and start like not like roasting people, but he's like a guy who comes to the bar, just slap you on the back. What's up, man? How you doing? You know, and I don't know. So, but that was crazy. But yeah, you're right. Like around 9/11, the country kind of like for a while was like, fuck, this is crazy. What's gonna happen? But everybody was like, yeah, America and all that for the most part. I'm glad I actually didn't come from a family like that. Like, but I saw a lot of my friends were, you know. And, But yeah, this is different. No, now, like what we were saying, and I want to talk about this again when we start talking about cultivation and stuff. Is like, dude, we have to build back the fucking community now. Like that's just literally talking to somebody.
Yeah, literally build back.
Then it was like, hey, your Muslim friend, you know, like that was
and
like,
it's like, yo, that
was it.
Even when the masks go away, are we still gonna like fucking cross the street in fear when people are approaching on, you know, and we're just, oh shit, like someone's 8 feet near me, kind of thing. It's
I do weird, think it's gonna be ingrained in people's head for a while, like, and some people might never. You know, like some people might never. I do think that this is the new normal for some people, whether the restrictions get lifted or not.
Yeah.
Great I think there's still gonna be people wearing masks. I think there's still gonna be people like, hey, in the pod eating the bugs, you know what I mean? Because I think we're gonna go back to a lot more remote working. Like I was talking to a family member who works in an office, and he's like, the office has been loving not having to pay like space fee. They might sell the fucking space, half the space that they have. And
but until they hire overseas, you know, like
that's not their issue. Like, I mean, this is like a manager I'm talking about. He's like, yeah, fuck that. He's like,
I'm telling you, dude, it's like
that was the plan anyways. Yeah.
The second this hits the upper middle class, the UMC, we're gonna see like
New York
Times op-eds. We're gonna see like fucking just people are gonna be going hard in the opinion column, being like, this was a travesty, you know, and shit.
It's nuts. I completely agree with you. It's we're gonna see a lot more, because I was definitely of the thinking that this was going to clear up. Like it was like, this is just election year, you know what I mean? And not that the thing, it's not. No, it's not. Biden's going to smash the gas pedal. That's the sad part. I honestly, I hate that I didn't see it coming, but I didn't. I mean,
I think the first 3 months of January, February, March will reveal a lot in terms of how the media responds to this and the vaccine and everything. Like obviously everyone knows our opinions on the vaccine and Biden and everything, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like just the narrative they're going to try and create around that shit.
Yeah.
Like if they're going to play the whole like things are magically better now vibe, you know?
You could, because I think they could. That's why. But by the way, the vaccine, dude, that vaccine shit, the Cuomo 170K.
What's up with that, dude? Yeah,
what is up with that, dude?
Talk about that, dude.
No, okay. Well, I need your because it doesn't make sense to me at all.
Yeah,
we're gonna roll 170K vaccines, right? And it's gonna be, I guess, prioritized to seniors and essential workers.
Yeah.
So now, and I could be wrong. I don't know if he said this or not. I thought this was just what I thought. Didn't he say we need at least like 90% compliance on the vaccine for this to work?
And that's like less than 1% of NYC's population.
Of a city. Yes.
Yeah. Dude,
and so you're going to give people a vaccine,
Yeah.
Right. They're still going to have to stay inside by your own logic, right? They're still going to have to stay inside because everybody else didn't get it.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to stay inside, and essential workers are going to get it, but they're still going to be in the same, I don't know. I just, it doesn't make sense to me. Where does this, what does 170K do? Is it just like some fucking pharma push, like roll it out, brother? Like, yeah.
Well, that's what Serena always talks about, like herd immunity. Yeah. It never matches up with, the numbers never match up with what they say. And so it's literally just like a rhetorical trick to get people like happy, like, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds good. And then it's
like dropping a trailer for a movie where like it's like, when is this? Oh, it's coming out next year. Fuck, dude, why'd you show me the trailer?
Yeah,
even though that's not the way we'd look at it.
Hashtag Dune, hashtag
anything
exactly.
like
Matrix
any of
4.
these. Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, dude, it's oh man, I can't wait to see. I'm like with bated breath. I'm waiting for this shit, and like I don't know, man. I'm like I said, what I tell people is like, this is either the greatest breakthrough in medical history or it's going to be a giant flop. Like it can't go any other way, basically.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, did you you see their attempt at manufacturing consent for this vaccine? This one's awesome. This is fascism. Like when I'm looking at this
what they do.
No, exactly what it is. So per Adam Levine, not the Maroon 5 singer, but the
CNN guy. Bro, yeah, of course, dude.
So according to Adam Levine, CNN Adam says 3 former presidents, Barack Obama, George W. Bush, and Bill Clinton, getting the boys, the Expendables, they're back, are volunteering to get their COVID-19 vaccines on camera in order to promote public confidence in the vaccine's safety.
Dude, that is not the vaccine they're gonna get. They're not gonna.
Look at that!
Look at
the
that crew, dude.
The boys, dude. That might be.
Oh,
we gotta use that picture for this episode, dude.
Yeah,
that's a fucking dude. Look at those smiles.
I know.
What the fuck? I've literally never seen any of them smile like that before.
Dude, and they are not getting. It's the Flint water vibe. They're exactly, dude.
Well, here's the thing. What's in that vaccine?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
What is it? You think it's just gonna be like fucking? See, they should inject Obama with Flint water.
Well, no, they're gonna be like, all right, we're just gonna use this as a photo op. It's really gonna be your adrenochrome weekly injections.
Oh yeah,
just don't freak out.
For Bill. Especially for Bill. Yeah.
Yeah. Bill's like, well, give me the double dose.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and
I've been missing the fucking Epstein Island, dude. He's been
exactly. Yeah. He's like, he's where my buddy Jeff at, man.
Yeah.
And and George W. I feel like he's like, I don't want the adrenochrome, dude. I don't give a fuck about that. Like he doesn't seem.
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah.
Dude, I just want to paint these fucking lame ass paintings for the rest of my life.
I want to paint the vets with their blown off faces that I created, them being destroyed. Yeah,
that's what these Iraqis did.
Yeah. Seriously, he'll paint like the guy with like the fucking melted fucking bomb face, and he's like, "I'm just gonna paint this dude." It's like, you sent him there, dude. You fucking.
It'd be funny if he did personal ones for like former presidents, like Obama. He has just a big like a drone strike, like fucking in Obama's house, like and then Clinton, fucking like crime bill, fucking just like a bunch of like black people in jail and stuff, and
oh man,
I'm saying, does George Bush take requests? I don't know, but so this is fascism to me. You have all these like guys who are supposed to be George W. Bush is rehabilitated now, but the other 2 guys are like very well liked by normie libs.
Also, and where's Daddy Trump in that lineup? They're not including his ass. What's up with that, dude? Are they fucking... True. That'd be funny if he just shows up.
Well, technically, so wait, when did they say the date was? So technically, he would still be president. Yeah. Oh no, I thought that. Okay. COVID-19. I'm thinking January 19th.
Bro, if I was Trump right now, I would troll on my exit so hard. I would totally I'd be like, you win, and then I would just troll so hard on the exit, dude. I would like
just give us a fat ass stimulus check, dude.
Oh yeah, like another executive order, dude.
Just do it.
Did you? What about that 900 bill? Dude, they went
with no check.
We have it. No check. No retroactive unemployment, which pisses me the fuck off because that's the only reason I'm like doing this every week. Still, I'm just like, I need that fucking I need that 10 grand coming, like it just off top, dude. And hopefully they might
be Gretchen Whitmer time, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah. How about those seatbelts? Yeah, but it's nuts. I'm looking at it right now. So
Pelosi, dude.
Yeah.
Oh did you see? She went on. Who's the MSNBC or is it CNN? Jake Tapper, right? He's always called. He's like kind of tight in like a Tucker Carlson way, like kind of like.
Wolf Blitzer fucking tested the water on her, and so now that that got raided.
Yeah, but but he grilled her again, and she's like, "Did you hear?" She's like, "Now just calm down." She's like, "Calm down, dude." And it was so.
All of a sudden, you see some fucking big ass 300-pound dude behind the camera at CNN for Jake Tapper. Like, yeah, buddy, you just stop. No,
Tapper's got the Tucker Carlson face where he's just like. He's just kind of got the fucking
Tapper Carlson, man. But that combining those two guys would be insane. Can you imagine if there was just after a while you just have one big fucking one giant global media when the globalists really fucking get their way, and it's just a combination of Fox News and CNN. The actual
you have to like both now. Yeah, exactly.
Or it's just one. There's no dissenting opinion actually. Like you can't be a normal person and take a few things from here, a few things from there. Nah, just one fucking news network. Yeah. And speaking of just off the thing, I gotta get a little rant off about the Monolith. I fucking hate
let's speak on it, dude.
I fucking hate the Monolith.
Let's go, dude.
So if you don't know what the Monolith is, if you follow us on Twitter, any of us, you've seen, I make my fucking I make it known that I'm not a fan. It sucks, dude. It's this giant fucking metal. What is that?
What?
I guess it's a monolith. I mean, I guess that's a thing. I thought a monolith was just you made one train of thought on one thing or something, but
I mean, that's metaphorically, I guess.
Okay. But I've never heard. I didn't know that was like a literal term for. I didn't know that. I was like monolith, and it was the big metal fucking structure. Monolith found out in Utah, right? Originally, I think it was in some cool desert out there.
Yeah,
and it's the minute I saw that, and they're like, could be aliens, which sucks now because I thought it was cool when the media started talking about aliens. Completely disagree now. They've just ruined aliens.
I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah. Fuck, dude.
Yeah. Because it's like CIA, dude. They're just like, all right, here's your headline. It's like trickle truth for sure.
But the monolith, it's in the fucking desert. It's over there. Now they find it in Poland. I think they found another one in Poland. Then they found one in Atascadero. on the Central Coast out here in California. I was like, cool. I've been there a million times. And
they found one on top of the old country buffet and fucking Willow Glen.
I saw one. Someone commented on there, and it said they showed this dude just made a little tinfoil thing in New Mexico. He's found one. You know what I mean? Such a dad move.
Yes.
Just like a dad. It's just like a hard ass dad move, dude. The monolith sucks, dude. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
If it's aliens officially beta. Beta, if that's the case. I don't care what happens. I don't even want to be cool with them if that's what they're doing.
I don't even want to be cool with them.
Take me whatever. Do whatever you want to do because I don't fuck with that. You got to do something sicker. Crop circles are sick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, they're cool.
Those are sick. I like that. That's a power move. A fucking monolith.
I wonder if aliens are cool enough to with it's always some UK farmer that's I don't know if they're cool enough to select. I know we fucked 45% of your wheat crop, but here's 30 G's just it's just just off top.
Okay,
thank you.
Got rid of my wheat, but
but here's my question though is I want to. I don't know what's going on with this shit. I'm down to believe anything, and I agree, but. Didn't how 4chan or Reddit will just get the internet nerds on any case, and they'll just be like, oh, Shia LaBeouf's cabin is in this this longitude in Georgia. Let's go find it, and then they will, nerd hive mind shit. You know what I mean? You ever heard that shit? Yeah, it's
no, but I'm scared.
Yeah, or doxing people. Or whatever,
fuck. No, I'm not a fan.
But what's the? Yeah, no, it's crazy. But they found. That shit was in the Utah desert for 4 years or something, right? So, okay, someone's playing a long con if they're playing a con at all. Or
Shyamalan.
Movie? You think it's a movie thing?
It's M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah.
Word.
Because it's crop circles is immediately what I thought of. If he had the technology to do it in the year 2000 when that movie came out, that's exactly what he would have done.
All right.
Maybe he did.
Yeah.
But
I like it.
Telling you. No, it's a Shyamalan. Yeah. I don't know if it's Shyamalan. Could be Christopher Nolan. Could be some kind of Inception kind of thing too, or The Arrival, that movie. It could be something like that.
Inception 2.
But Shyamalan,
Elliot Page, dude. Yeah, fucking. What if that's
it's fucking timed up.
What if that's the coming out thing? It's linked to some. It's
from the director of The Sixth Sense. Yeah. It's the new movie starring Elliot Page. There's a monolith in the desert. and they don't know what it is.
They them don't know what it is.
But no, it's crazy. It's not cool. And the people freaking out about it, they're like those I fucking love science bros that are like freaking out about it.
I fucking hate that site, dude.
It was the worst page. It was the worst page ever on Facebook. And it was because it's all just like Bill Nye and NDT shit. Like on just
and what didn't they like a lot of the shit there was just like clickbait shit that was never true to begin with, dude.
Yeah.
It's always
so like here's an interesting way to do chicken fingers. And you're like, all right, yeah.
They think science is like, you know, nanoparticles may induce like apoptosis and cellular cancer. It's always like that shit, like may because like all the heavy lifting, like could be, you know.
I could write that article.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like
I could click this article. Yeah,
and science fiction.
I fucking love science denying. But the monolith. Fuck the monolith. This is a stance. I don't know if it's for you. For me, it is a stance. Fuck the monolith.
I just want to know the 4 years thing explained. You know,
good point. 4 years of 4 years of monolith.
Because my brain, I can't shut off my. My whole path.
You got to leave it open.
It could be this, could be that. I'm always like looking at different pathways of like what things could be. And what I'm thinking now is that this thing, it could have been some paranormal shit. 4 years in the desert that someone found, and then it disappeared. And then people just recreated it all over the world just to fuck with us. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Like Batman, like people dressing up like Batman, you know, like we
love, and I love that. Yeah, that's my favorite. But really selling me on this monolith.
And the real Batman's like, fuck you guys, like cut it out, dude.
It's actually Bruce Wayne, like a big ass.
Dude. Yeah,
and
exactly.
So yeah, that one is. Right. That's my stance. My mentality is take a hard stance early, waffle on it later when you're wrong. That's my stance. So
yeah. 2012, my calendar. Yeah, exactly.
And on Cyber Monday, I bought all the AOC shirts.
Total $230 plus shipping and tax.
58 for a crew neck, brother.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, she lowered the price. Did you see that? She got caught flack and lowered the price or something.
Oh, and then did you see the guys that were commenting? This is actually union-made clothing. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was on Doomer. On Doomer's post, somebody posted that. Like, he was just like, this is fucking lame. Like, I think he did like some kill yourself meme to it. And like, it was funny. And then like the one guy goes, it's actually a union-made shirt. And then our guy, I'm shouting him out again, local variable theorist, just goes, yeah, this is a union-made bomb by fucking like Lockheed Martin or some shit. Like,
yeah, it's at the union of corporatism and neoliberalism.
It's like, who fucking cares?
That union. Yeah,
like, you can sell these fucking road emoji people on anything, man. Like,
dude,
it's so dumb.
And they're like, dude, she's got so much.
I just want to cycle through these shirts real fast. Go ahead, keep going.
This is like the first. This might be the first like Ben Shapiro take I've ever agreed with, where he posted the next one. He posted that, and he's like, spend this instead of doing a payment on your student debt that you didn't need to get or something. I was like, that's a
softball.
I know, dude.
Well, Ben can't hit a softball, I guarantee you. But so that's probably not true. But I love to. 3 times a year, Ben Shapiro talks about baseball, and it's the fucking lamest thing ever.
No, dude.
People talk about analytics versus the eye test, and I just don't like it.
Bro, there's like 10 masculine topics he feels he has to talk about to like reach his base, and he just swings and misses every time. You know,
so fucking lame. This one right here, tax the rich. The AOC logo kills me. You don't have to put that on there.
Yeah, dude, it's a brand, dude.
It's totally a brand. Like, my take is Pelosi. My take is, and I understand. I think she's kind of a narcissist, AOC. But the funnier version of this to me is Nancy Pelosi's like, did you think we were gonna do what you were saying, or you're working the merch table? I hope you realize that. Like you better get. I got some artists for you. Here's what we're gonna do. We're not doing any of this shit, but like we're gonna sell money and. Where we're gonna sell these shirts for money and make more money off of this. This one's the best.
Oh, dude, facts, dude.
Drink water, and don't be racist. Everybody's been editing this shirt, dude. It's been my favorite edits.
Yeah, why would you wear a shirt that even says the term racist on it, dude? It's like, why the fuck?
I saw this one guy post
the negative. Like,
I saw one guy post. I can't remember. I think his name's @alwayshumping. Hella funny on Twitter. Hilarious guy. And he said. It just said, "What went home in this shirt?" My wife's like, "Do you want 3 blowjobs tonight or just 2?" Like, drink water.
Drained, dude. Racist shirt. I gotta shout out my underrated account. That dude, what's his name? Adam Lehrer, Lehrer or something.
I think I follow that person.
He's like a class redux, like heavy theory, bro, like hella smart, one of those dudes. But he's always saying like it's brand management. She's just doing brand management type shit. You know, I'm like, facts.
That's all it is. And you know what? Like I said, I hate that I didn't see this earlier, man.
Yeah, I want to rant a little bit about like another total.
That's all.
Left field is Jordan B. Pete, dude. Okay,
I just want to talk about him and Lee Fang, and we'll be done, man. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Who's the guy? There's the guy that wrote. He's like this affable British chap. I forget his name. Is it Murray or something? I could be, but he wrote that book called The Madness of Crowds, and he's like an IDW bro, like always on those podcasts and shit. And I'm sure the book has merit, like that. He's kind of talking about like. The Portland protests or whatever, and how shit can get out of hand, and people just kind of follow each other, like madness to crowds, right? Like this thesis holds weight, I'm sure, but he's also like super, like he was on the,
he was on it, yeah.
He was on that like the Brett Weinstein podcast talking about like maybe homeless people should exist, like one of the like,
dude,
like
that is such a more common thought than you think. It's very scary. Like because before you go on, I'm sorry. I'll be on. I work in like blue collar industries, and a lot of people like I'll get to talk to them, and like I can tell that they maybe lean Trump a little more, maybe lean conservative, but I'm like, nah, they still have that genuine distrust. Like if you give them the whole like it's all bad, dude. Like don't fucking don't. They can go there, but then like they'll be like, my taxes going to that fucking guy, fucking guy over there, and then they're like, Dr. Kevorkian, what's up? You know what I mean? Like, can we bring that back? And all you youngsters out there, doctor, was like, why don't we just take them out?
It's funny. It is a total like right wing, ironic, like thing where like, okay, it is true. Like Reagan cut the services that basically put those people on the street.
Institution. Yeah.
But it's their fault for not wanting to integrate. It's like the classic, like, both bootstraps get fucked in the
worst thing for veterans. Like the worst thing ever passed for like veterans was by like the veteran bro. Like,
exactly.
I mean? Like the Ronald Reagan, like I'm for the troops, like, that guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But this dude, I don't even know why I need to like get a new YouTube account or some shit because this shit always comes across my feed.
Your algo.
He was on
crazy.
He was on like, I think he was on like Ruben or something, like dumb shit, And but he was saying like, oh my god, everyone's triggered that Jordan B. Peterson put out a new book. Like, and they're all triggered that he's getting published. I'm like, okay, maybe some are, but I think most are just like, why is this fucking artard publishing a book when he's just battling benzos in Russia for like 3 years, dude? Like it's like, and the book is literally like,
how else do you write a book?
He's like, and the book is literally like 12 more rules of life by like it's like, bro, you just like came back from like,
no, that's what I call music, dude. Volume 2.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, bro, it's like, if it wasn't clear that this dude was like an act before, you know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, exactly. But I'm like, people aren't like, I'm not triggered by that. I'm just like, who the fuck is this dude? Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
I got excited. I was like, yes, because we have a podcast.
Oh, we could read it. Yeah, exactly.
Or just, I'm just saying, it's like, that's just like, thank you for that. Now that's something I can talk about for 15, 20 minutes. Like it's like perfect because.
But it's just like, if that's your whole thing is like reacting to people supposedly getting triggered by you putting out stuff, like that's such a lame.
Yeah.
Because like that gets old after
if you get your way, you don't have a career. It's the same people that go on Trump, go off at Trump, like okay, Trump's gone. What are you gonna do now, Sarah Cooper?
Yeah,
and what are you gonna do when people stop getting triggered by Jordan Peterson? Like if you got your way, would this still go? Like no, you wouldn't have a career.
And also, it's beta to fight that. Like if you got haters, like. The problem, I think what happened with him is he thought he had to fight every fucking online hate. Okay, when I first, I had like a little bit of
relatable,
and like I won't like in a past life, semi-past life, I caught a little bit of online 15 minutes of fame type shit, before this pod and everything. Like
won't get into that one thing, right?
Yeah, won't get into this. Yeah, and bro, like I definitely fell trap to like. You get those haters and you feel you have to respond to all that shit. And like my mental was low, dude. And I think
it sucks.
I think he got that for the first time as like a fucking 60-year-old man or whatever, 55-year-old dude, and he was just like,
"That's rough.
I gotta battle these these demons on the line."
It's like that meme where like the dude from Lord of the Rings or the Game of Thrones has got the fucking sword and all the horse, like you see it from like the back and all the people are going at him. Like it's
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know.
No, but I
dude,
actually
why are you gonna like, dude? Give it 2 years after you come back from your heroin addiction, like before you write another book telling people how to live your fucking life, dude. Like,
it's true.
It's come on, man. It's like
true. No, and, and well, hopefully one of the rules is like don't do benzos. You know, hopefully that's one of like
rule number 1.
No, it's like rule number 8. No, it's like it's not even number 1. Yeah, it's like rule number 1: tuck your bed sheets in,
or like or honorable mention. It's like, oh yeah, and mother, just don't do it, dude.
You've got to tuck your bed sheets in, and
But his whole thing was clean your room before you criticize the world, because his whole thing was like,
I respect that.
But I mean, yeah, in theory, but like his whole thing was like, youngsters gotta like, if you have a dirty room, you cannot, criticize your college institution or whatever. And it's like, bro, fuck.
You don't vote, you can't complain.
Facts, dude. Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah. So
JVP. Yeah. No, I did see that some publishing house said they were like employees crying.
Yeah. Oh, it's the Spotify thing all over again, dude.
Who works at Spotify? Like, who works at Spotify? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Like, oh my god,
yeah,
dude.
No, man, and I agree. Like that's dumb as fuck for sure. That's probably what that guy was talking about.
Is that in the same day where they're like, I had to edit a Rogan podcast and Prince of JBP? Like JBP's going on Rogan next week. No.
Dude.
They build the China nets outside. They build the China suicide nets outside the Spotify headquarters and stuff.
All right, yeah. All right, schedule Ruben and JBP and put up the nets before Monday, and then
Imagine if the Spotify execs like, I'm trying to cut staff.
Bro, he's
them.
He's eating. He's like, he's cashing those shit.
If you had 500 mil for Rogan, I mean, or was it 100 mil? That was 100 mil.
100 mil.
If you have 100 mil for Rogan, then you're eating.
What are you taking home, dude? Yeah, even at 10% of that, dude, it's like, come on, dude.
Fucking mistake by Rogan. I don't know. It's not the same.
Everything's bad about, dude, the YouTube comments. Literally, that's the only reason I like the clips. I just comments, it's just like instant fucking.
That's great.
Yeah, dopamine. And those are all going away. Young Jamie should just go independent, dude. I would respect that if he's just like, skirt, just fucking.
Imagine, dude, the Jamie pod, like just like, I don't know. I don't think he could do it by himself.
No.
But I could see him like linking up with somebody else eventually. Like, I don't think he's Rogan for life. I don't think he is. I don't think we're looking at Ed Sullivan or not Ed McMahon with Johnny Carson. We're not looking at one of those, man. It's gonna be crazier. But so I guess the last thing I wanted to talk about this because we haven't talked about police in a while.
Oh yeah.
So
this shit's popping off again.
Lee Fang is I guess it never did. That was like a lot of people were have never stopped talking about this. And I mean, to me it's always an issue. I think I'm not part of the post left where it's like I think like you should just like be cool with cops because like they're, I don't know, the post left like
post left cop defenders are whack, dude.
It's like, and I don't know if they defend them. I don't know if they defend them. I don't know if that's the case. I think they just deflect almost. And they're kind of just like, okay. Now, one criticism I do have of the people doing defund the police but pro lockdown is who enforces that? Who enforces the lockdown, the mask mandates, and all that kind of stuff? You look at Eric Garcetti.
They want like a magical moral authoritarianism.
They want Chaz to like shoot people for not wearing masks. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Or just the shame, like heavy shame element. That's the.
You think that's the police is just shame?
Which is funny because no cops wear masks. They're always like in videos and stuff.
Dude, I work in the road in road construction. When you work near an intersection, you have to have a cop, dude. This dude, no joke, you can see the spit flying out of his mouth. And I'm not a COVID like triggered lib, but I'm just like, I don't want that on any day.
Dude, facts, dude. Yeah.
Fucking Copenhagen flying out of his lip and shit. You're like,
dude.
Damn, dude. Yeah. But dude, it's so funny. This cop that works like with our company sometimes, they're usually like some retired guy, like, or not retired guy, but a guy that's like, you could tell nobody wants to work with this guy. Like, and so they're like, go do the construction, stand in the intersection. And so all they do is sometimes, especially when you're working an electrical job, sometimes the street light goes out when you do an outage. So you got to put like stop signs at all, like make it a 4-way stop.
Yeah.
Dude, we put the stop signs out, and this fucking guy puts like road flares at 2 p.m. on every stop sign. We're like, it's 2 p.m. He's like lighting road flares, and he's screaming at people, dude. He's like, motherfucker, slow down. And then like he did like I don't think this guy was Native American. Pretty sure he was just Mexican. But he like drove by, and the dude did like the no, like that fucking thing. Jesus. And I was like, you're not advertising very well. Like, it was like Eric Andre like doing the cop like bit. Like it's fucking ridiculous, man. And I'm sorry, Native American people. I didn't mean to make that noise. I didn't know how else to do it.
Totally.
That's what he did. And but nonetheless, Lee Fang. A lot of people don't like Lee Fang. I like Lee Fang. I think he's fine. I think he's a good like investigative journalist. I think
he's right on the border of where I'm like, you're cool and also you suck. You know what I mean? He's like, that's for me. He's like that. He's like,
know when to hold him, know when to fold him. You got to just like whoa, like that's not his comparisons are his analogies are very weird.
It's like Glenn Greenwald, like Matt Taibbi, and then Lee Fang and Ryan Graham are like kind of battling it out, but like relief. You know what I mean in terms of like my hierarchy of that shit. Yeah. But Lee Fang, he's just one of those like. He's just it was one of those Asian bros that's like, yo, what the fuck? I see with my own eyes what's happening. I'm going to call it. You know, he's just one of those like logical dudes, you know, that's kind of. Yeah.
It's kind of like, he's kind of like almost like a facts don't care about your feelings, but not in a Shapiro way. He's just like, look, this is what these numbers are. You know? Okay, I understand, Lee. There's also some nuance to the. I mean, like, you know. Yeah. So I and a lot of like post-left people. I thought I'll show the tweet. His comparison. I agree with his point that defunding the police is very reactionary, and I don't know that like a completely defunded police force is going to yield the results that you want. I don't think that.
Yeah.
So this was his thing. It starts off with a bang. Lee Fang, December 2nd. Public school teachers occasionally engage in predatory behavior, like molesting kids. Yes. Occasionally.
It's predatory, you could say.
1 in 3. It's 1 in 3. Yeah, and we all know that guy. But imagine if in reaction to these isolated scandals, the far right burned down schools, calling for defunding / abolishing public education. Leading GOP officials and leading GOP officials endorse that movement.
Yeah.
And then he goes on to say, teachers like cops consistently rank among the most respected and liked professions in America. It's like, sure. Where is that from? And but just like you have to cite something on that, Lee. And it's like both suffer from underfunding and poor training. And which is funny to me because I think the teachers are underfunded because we had Alex G on and she was saying a lot of the funding goes to like 6-figure salaries that don't actually teach anything. You know,
administrators, dude. I
agree with the police. And cops don't make a bunch of money. You know, so I agree with that.
I think that, dude, it's easier to ascend in your career like financially as a fucking cop than a teacher, dude. Right? And I'm sorry, I refuse to believe that police are underfunded, dude. I'm just not one of those dudes.
Exactly. Yeah. And like, no, they absolutely, they're over militarized, in which to me, and it sounds maybe like a bad take to some, but like, okay, maybe if they were to make more in salary and less militarization, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't hate that if you could hold them to a higher fucking standard.
Yep.
Because always when I say cops do this, like, dude, it's like a $50,000 job. What the fuck do you want? It's like, I don't stop killing people. You know what I mean? And so that's what he says. They're like, the teachers have strong unions. This was the best part. Both suffer from underfunding and poor training, leading to abuses. And both have strong unions that have fought attempts to crack down on predators within their ranks. It's like, okay, I'm not saying every molestation by a teacher gets reported. I think that's just probably some teachers that never got caught. I agree.
Yeah.
But if a teacher wore a body cam and molested a kid in class, that teacher's done.
Also, and also the silence on abuse is more because we're ashamed to talk about it in public versus the silence in cops is them just like looking out for their homies. You know what I mean? They're just like
teachers aren't like friends like that.
Yeah, it's not like dirt. There's like
it's
not like dirty teachers are like dirty cops. You know what I mean? Like it's not like
like everyone said 2 times 2 = 5 today. You believe that?
It's not like like it's like, okay, the Catholic Church is like a systemic abuse problem. Public school teachers are not a systemic abuse problem. It's more isolated. Cops are a systemic abuse problem, right? Abuse of power.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so I think it's I don't know. It's first of all, beta ass Avi pick, dude. What is that?
It's not. Look,
backpack Armstrong.
He's a San Francisco guy. I mean,
Yeah,
look, there's cool San Francisco guys, and then there's guys that look like that. I'm just saying, and so he, nonetheless, I don't even want to focus too much on that comparison because I that was my problem with this. Yeah, he was making a point that I agree with, and then just threw it the fuck away with like this.
The point being
that you don't defund the fucking police. You don't defund them. And now I will say this: every time, it's such a fucking dumb argument. The reason I don't like the saying "defund the police" is because you always have to say, "Well, it doesn't mean defund the police." Then don't fucking say that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Which is never the same. Like with climate change, we're like, yeah, we want to stop oil being mined. You know, it's like literally, it's like there's no mince words about it. Like I want that to happen. You know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it's not like we actually want some fracking. You know, it's not like
So that's what I mean. So you don't see these people. Like every time in things, one guy goes, "I defund the police." What the fuck you want him to? I can't believe this. No, never. And then the guy goes, "And also, think it actually means defund the police." What? Yeah. What else would it mean?
I just want, I want demilitarization and funding to be on pace with, let's say, crime and growth and population of a city, for example.
Yeah, like which is towns in Nebraska that have like tanks and shit. You're like, why?
Yeah. Or LA and New York City, where like their budget is 10 times the population growth over 10 years, right? Which is fucked up. It's like literally defunding could just mean let's fund them to what we were doing 10 years ago, right? Like literally, just like you don't need that extra cash. You know, you don't need it. You know, it's like it's as simple as that. And also, I think what led a lot of this, the left fails at policy because I feel like left, and I feel I understand this on a personal level, and like a lot of people share my mind. I feel I can speak on this because a lot of people share my mind with this, in that we're generally good at seeing the root cause of shit, and we know that things are systemic and that things are like just the fact of having a city means you're going to have an inner city, and that it's gonna in this economic system that we cherish so dearly, it's going to create, generally speaking, minorities creating crime, and it's not necessarily doesn't mean that those people are automatically bad. Like, we generally leftists understand, we're the ones that are like, actually it's more complex and nuanced than that, and then we try and like turn it into a 3-word phrase, right? And it doesn't really translate. And so exactly, dude, it's crazy, man.
And it got and like you see all this argument on the fucking left is so annoying. You'll see like these blue dog Democrat, like neoliberal politicians. They'll be like, yeah, actually, a lot of voters were scared of the defund the police slogan, and that's why the thing. And which honestly, like, I agree somewhat. Some Democrats were probably like, nah, what the fuck, you know what I mean? But then also like there were also a lot of progressive, like there were also a lot of lame duck neoliberal candidates that got mowed over by conservatives, so it didn't matter in the first place. Yeah. So
exactly.
Which
is always the case, right?
Always the case. So I agree with that thing, and they're just arguing that back and forth. Two people that will never agree with each other. Not once. It will never happen. And so here's my thing. Like I like Lee Fang's point of not defunding the police, because I don't believe if you defund the police and keep this just horrible capitalism going up right here, and I'm not, this isn't an original take from me, this is from a lot of other people, you're going to have private police forces. You're going to have like Google security cops dressed as the Google Chrome in those colors, like the fucking red
the helmet
with the red, green, blue in the middle, and
yellow.
You're going to see that. And they're going to fucking shoot you for like pissing near Google or something. Like, no, and you're going to see that. They don't follow. They don't even look. I understand. Oh, well, cops don't follow the rules. These guys will have their own rules that they won't even. It won't even be breaking when they kill.
It won't be better.
Yeah,
it won't be better.
They'll have some private property bullshit going on. Trust me. And so you're gonna get that, and it's not gonna work the way that you think it is. So we're gonna have to, like, all I want to me, qualified immunity gone, and most people agree with that. Even Republicans that I talk to, they're like, look, send the cop to jail. I don't want to see the fucking target on fire. Like send the cop to jail.
Nassim Taleb says, if you create professions without skin in the game, where you're divorced from the consequences of your own actions, you're going to foster abusive people will seek out those positions, whether it be white collar crime, Fed chairman type bullshit, you know, bankers and shit, or cops, or and his whole thing is like, you know, the people with the most the profession with the most skin in the game is like prostitution, right? Where it's the most honest shit, basically, right?
Yeah.
And which
literal
is,
skin in the game.
Yeah, exactly. And but yeah, dude. So it's qualified immunity gone, demilitarize,
third party audits. Like I'll put it to you this way:
third party audits, community audits, community audits.
That's what I mean. No,
yeah,
and
exactly.
I don't even mean third party. Exactly, community.
Not like Google audits.
No, the Black Panthers did this,
and
it cut down on fucking police shootings in their neighborhood. They followed patrol cars around. And so I'm saying is that way, right?
Police to police.
It's not just police murders that happen. It's planting drugs on people. It's fucking basically
evidence lockers, like cash
all day. Yes.
Bro, the cash is the crazy one. You know, what's that asset foreclosure, asset seizure? You know about that shit?
I mean, maybe, but just maybe not.
This is the most like untalked about thing. You know, where they'll pull you over and you got 20 grand in your trunk, which is mine to have. They just take like this is like their main income source now. So they just take
even though you didn't commit a crime, having 20,000 in cash.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably did, but it's not proven there. They're not the judge, but I mean, hey, fucking gambling, asshole.
This is why Better Call Saul slaps, dude. It's fucking young Mike Ehrmantraut, dude. It's just is the dude. He's
out Mike.
He's like the dirty
Mike
cop.
Alpha
like,
Trout,
yeah, exactly.
He rocks. But no, third party audits. By third party, I usually mean community. I don't want some fucking shitty company, like, you know what I mean, that's like hand in hand with the police. I get that. So it would have to be worked out. Like the Black Panthers have done this. This isn't new. And I'm telling you right now, defund the police is very much like I hear it more from white liberals than I do like black working class people. Most of the time they're just like, yo, get them off my ass. Like get them off my fucking ass.
Like a lot of the post-left types and conservatives and all that shit, they'll be like, yeah, right until you need them, and then you'll be the first one to call them, like freaking out about someone in your yard or something, right? Which is like
or not wearing a mask.
Yeah, which is like a good. It's not a bad point. It's not a perfect point, but it's like it stands. You know what I mean? It's like,
not at all.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure.
Yeah, because like it's totally. I don't think defund the police is as popular as people think it is.
Yeah,
I don't think because I talk to most people and they're like, dude, I don't like. What do you know, cops? You know what I mean? Like most people are like, even like people that have done like time and like been like fucked over by correctional officers are like, wait, come on. You know what I mean? Like that, no, I hear this. So I talk to like people that aren't like fucking rose emoji people on Twitter, and they're just like, no, dude, just get them. I don't want when somebody kills somebody.
Yeah,
there has to be consequences. Because in the defense of the riots, and now retroactively, it doesn't really look like they've gotten a lot accomplished, but it did take Target police stations in Minnesota to burn down for the guy to get Derek Chauvin to get second-degree murder.
That's hilarious.
So you set the precedent. You didn't. You just said, oh, we could have just got rid of qualified immunity. I believe in Louisiana they did.
Which isn't Joe Biden opposed to that too?
Exactly.
Like,
so you didn't even get Kamala. Kamala Harris for sure is not going to be fucking trying to get rid of that either. So you're get rid of qualified immunity and do the third-party audits. Maybe reallocate some money. I'm sure if it's there. I can't pretend I know. You know what I mean? Like what their actual where it would go. But yeah, sure. This whole thing and like Lee Fang. I guarantee this isn't an isolated incident. The same people that are mad at Lee Fang for this take are mad at him for a lot of other shit. And plus, with the schools, one more thing about the schools.
Yeah.
He was doing the school parallel. The right wing's been trying to defund public education for years. Shut up.
Oh, yeah.
They're not burning down the school. All you have to do is just take money out of it.
Like trying and succeeding, dude. It's
Betsy DeVos. Yeah, she like literally wanted to make everything private school.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
Of course. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, that's a great point. Yeah, and obviously, like I think it's pretty obvious to most people across the political spectrum that life would be better without like life would absolutely be better without dumbass tanks on the streets, and if we just gave that money to like crayons in second grade, you know, and the music class, and you know, and instead of fucking, you know, dumb Zoom classes where you have like homework, you know, 4 hours a night or some shit, you know what I mean? Just like basic humanitarian good vibe type of stuff, you know.
People are not doing well right now, like eating and living places. So
and it's going to create more civil unrest, right? All this shit.
Exactly.
That's a crazy thing. Is like
exactly, and like I get that. I think the left. That's what they think they're doing.
Yeah,
like the rad libs and like I think that's what they think they're doing. I don't think that they're operating in bad faith. I think they're just wrong.
Is being left just consistently being on like the right side of history, but waiting for other smarter, less art-hearted people to actually get the job done, like once it becomes cool enough? Is that like literally what that is?
I mean, that's what's going to be with, like you just said, with COVID. Like, maybe they're going to adopt, maybe the left will pretend they were anti-lockdown fucking 5 years from now. I could see that happening.
Oh, for sure. I think I've predicted that before. Totally.
Oh, you're right.
Maybe. I don't know.
But I don't know. I don't know where it's I don't know. I don't know where. I don't know what's going to happen with the police. I know they're not going to defund the police under Joe Biden. That's not going to happen.
Oh, Biden, you're gonna do a 180.
Like, oh, that's a liberal slogan. It's not the fucking president liberal slogan, so it doesn't matter. Like he loves cops. Joe Biden loves cops. Like he might give him a raise. He
also might, like everyone make a like, oh, defund the police. It's a dumb slogan. And didn't he have like shoot him in the leg? Isn't that a dumb slogan too? Like,
shoot him in the leg. Classic, dude. Which is
femoral artery, Jack. Yeah, it's like
that's what I mean, man. Like, if maybe somebody can. I'm not saying I know this for sure. Show me a functioning society, a legit functioning society that doesn't have at least some kind of like an authority system. I'm not saying authoritarian. I'm just saying like. I got robbed.
There's a difference.
Here, I got robbed. I'm 75. I can't fight back. You know what I mean? Like, how do I go about this? Show me a society where that doesn't happen. I agree that it doesn't have to be what we have. I don't want it to be what we have right now. Yeah. I don't know this abolition thing, like abolish the family, abolish this, abolish that. It's like, what the fuck do you want? Like,
it's attacking the wrong source of the problem. Yeah, it's like, and what's funny is we might like, I actually believe like, thinking long term, like hundreds of years or whatever, we might realize that like the nuclear, and honestly, I do think there's like a lot of whitewashing of history when it comes to like the Republican idea of a nuclear family is like it's a myth. It's not even like a reality of what life has always been like in culturally and in society and across cultures and across the world.
Right.
So it's like, it's like that dumb, like, pseudo historical kind of, reappropriation or whatever. But yeah, we might get to a point where we don't need cops and we don't need like a central family unit and we get better results because of it. Like less crime, people are happier, people are ironically closer together, right? More community. But it has to be the result and not the cause, right?
Yeah.
You can't just start from you have to see what would create that result and work towards it, and not not just like, for example, there's for like, I guess what I'm saying is, with like the family shit, there's tons of research that shows that it's good to have various figures and mentors in your life, be it like a paternal figure. I'm not making like a gay or lesbian or trans
just
people
some positive role model. It doesn't have to be a gender or anything. Just
role models,
exactly.
Exactly. But on the other spectrum, we also know that if you've grown up in a less than perfect nuclear family, that can totally fuck up your life and psychology in a lot of ways.
There's
and
people in
personal
relationships for that. Yeah.
So it's like, well, obviously it's not working the way we think it is, and like, obviously I think we are going to transition towards more interpersonal, individual, not like every man, woman for himself kind of thing, but just more of like, hey, let's create the social structure to all bring us up together, and then you do you and me do me, and I don't need like an authoritarian dad, or what I mean, like, because that shit doesn't benefit anyone, I don't think, right? No. And
no.
Yeah, and so I think things will change, and it might reflect what the ideal utopian vision, like,
sure.
Like we don't need cops, which maybe we won't some point, but let's get there, let's work towards it. Yeah.
I look, agreed on everything with the family.
It's like this COVID. It's like this shit where it's like, well, we should be able to lock down and the government should be able to keep us all safe. And like, if we are a life-threatening thing, It's like, yeah, but also like this bartender needs to eat, and you know what I mean. And it's like,
And if my family's poor, they're probably not like.
yeah, we have to work within the system.
Morale is probably not great in
Exactly.
the house. Like, I mean, hey, people fight through it all the time. I'm
Yeah.
not saying you can't. Like, don't make the exception. Like with single mothers, right?
Yeah.
There are people I know that come from single mother households that you wouldn't be able to tell, right? Like you thought maybe they had a strong dad at home, like they're doing all that stuff, and the mom did a fantastic job. That's a workaround, though, in my opinion. Like it's a workaround. Like that's good. That's great. It shouldn't be the norm. Like what? Like just like because obviously two people created it, right? So like why shouldn't the dad be there? And look, I know there's scenarios where abuse and all that kind of stuff, and sometimes it doesn't work out, but you should always attempt to have that 2-person household. It doesn't have to be man and woman. Or just anything. Could be grandma. Could be anything. I'm just saying.
Could be anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the absence of that, I think it's weird how this has become like a conservative thing where it's just like I don't if you're leftist or if you just take the belief that the family unit should be abolished, then it's on you to come up with a better alternative and show with data and evidence that it actually works, and not just as some pie in the sky thing, right?
They're not big on data. Those people on the left. I was always a right wing. Yeah, very big on beta. Yeah. They bought high on beta, and it's still going up actually.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is like the right wing. I remember I used to always like kind of the facts don't care about your feelings. They used to always like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
They kind of don't care like about facts a lot of times. Like there's narrative, and there's definitely this on the right too. The right will ignore scientific fact, all kind of stuff like that. They'll ignore all the time. I'm not saying it's just a thing. I come from the left, so it just hits a little harder when I was taught that we did care about that. We were progressive because in order to be progressive, there has to be data, in my opinion, to like actually progress through there. So, I mean, I don't want to go too far on the family. I think we're actually getting pretty close out of time, but
we're deep,
but yeah, it's just those two things. It's abolish the police, abolish the family, all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't think it's gonna work out the way you think it's gonna work. That's all I'm saying. I'm not pro cop. I never will be. But
there we
go. And like I never will be. We've said it a million times. We have episodes from months ago.
Yeah.
About the Floyd protest, all that kind of stuff. And even though the protests didn't go exactly the way I thought they were gonna go, I'm not gonna fucking sit here and be like,
man, nothing is going the way we like we want it to go.
COVID,
like,
I honestly like.
Yeah, dude.
I think we were just out ahead on COVID, and I've had people tell me like, yo, man, like, especially with the Serena, they're just like, yo, man, when you guys had Serena on, like, it made sense without me feeling weird about it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's
because wanna why? Because she's the furthest thing from like MAGA.
That's like, what I mean, and it's like
the furthest thing, dude. It's like
aesthetics do matter, even to people that swear they don't care about it. And like she was able to talk about it without sounding like a fucking psycho. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
yeah, dude. Yeah.
And she negated some of the things, like, like she's like, no, the fuck, I don't know about the population control. Like, I don't know about sterilization. I can't prove that.
It's not necessary to make your argument. Yeah.
I still believe in it. But
Oh yeah. Come on.
Yeah. She texted me and she said no. But
well, she's still, and I'm not calling her out or anything, but she she'll hit me up like this year and she'd be like, I don't know about these Democrats. I'm like, yo, this is like, you're like 5 years late on this shit. It's like, so she's a little,
she's science pilled though, man. She got the blinders on. She's got data. Like I don't need her worried about politics personally.
Yeah. Facts.
Like straight up. Because the more politics you get in the way of science, I get a little,
It's not everyone's wheelhouse.
No, exactly. Not at all. Yeah. It's ours. No, I'm kidding. But nonetheless, thanks for listening, guys. You can check us out on Twitter. This is at RareCandyPod1. He's at Crypto Psi. He's on private, so don't you fucking dare try to follow him on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm gonna
make a burner. Make a burner, dude. Just make your own burner because everybody knows that's you now. Like you can't hide that one. So like make a burner that you really go off. Of course you do. I
have a burner that I don't use right now, but
that sounds like a rap lyric. That's a rap lyric, dude.
Yeah,
it's a fucking burner I don't even.
The burner I don't even use. Yeah, you don't even know what it is. Forgot the password.
Yeah, exactly. So
send the confirmation code to the text, dude. Login.
So I'm at Glen Rockney. Definitely gonna have some guests, I think, coming up. We were gonna try to do it this week, didn't work out. Next week for sure. I think for sure. So we'll see what happens, man. Either way, hopefully you listen. And thanks to everyone that is. And spread the word. If you guys got anybody you want to hear us talk to, Just shout them out on Twitter, man. Just say, hey, go on there. Yeah, right on, guys.
Let's go.